it's Beth. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, then welcome. Today we're doing another apartment renovation, this time in one of the Pinecrest apartments in Evergreen Harbour. I always forget the name of this world. And the sort of idea I was going for, I initially was going to do another autumn style build. So if you've seen in my last video, I'll link it up at the top. I did an autumn style house with loads of pumpkins and like autumn decorations, and I was going to do like the apartment version of that, and I figured I think probably you and I have both seen enough pumpkins to last us for a while, so this ended up being just more of like a sort of fairly minimalist, like cozy apartment, and it's actually a studio apartment, so it would sleep 2 Sims, but yeah, it's all one room, which is quite cool. I actually really like these 2 apartments. I've renovated the other one before, but yeah, I've not done this one, and it kind of just evolved quite naturally. Like I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, and I just let inspiration take hold, I suppose. So you can see here I've done the kitchen and the living room, and these are both quite neutral and like sort of bright and airy. I left the wooden panelling on the walls. It's already here in this apartment. I did upgrade the apartment, so I sort of cheated and enabled the neighbourhood action plan that upgrades the building, so you get the nicer windows and stuff, which is pretty good. But yeah, so I've worked on, basically I did this a bit differently from how I would normally build. Normally I would do one room from start to finish, so all the decoration and everything, and then move on to the next one. And I actually went through and placed in the kitchen and the living room anyway, like the main furniture, but I didn't do any decorating, I didn't put down any clutter. I was just trying to figure out the layout, and then I went back and decorated after. And it actually was, I would probably say, a fair bit quicker. And it meant that, especially because this is a studio apartment, and it's all like in one room, it meant that when I went back I decorated it all at the same time, so I could make sure that the decorations were kind of on a similar vibe, if that makes sense, because I was doing it all together. So it meant that the rooms all kind of tied in, which was nice. But yeah, I put down all the sort of kitchen cabinets and the sofas and stuff, and then I went back round. So when I got to the bedroom, I put the furniture down. I actually did cut out, there was quite a lot of back and forth with this bedroom. I couldn't figure out how I wanted to decorate it, what bed I wanted to use. I couldn't figure out what way to turn the bed, so I cut that all out because I figured you don't need to see me putting down like 20 different beds. But I got there eventually. And then, yeah, because the bedroom was kind of like the last bit, I then did decorate that, but I didn't decorate as much as I normally do. It is fairly straightforward and quite, I say, minimalist, so yeah, there's not like clutter everywhere like my builds normally have, and it was a bit of a nice change compared to the last video where, yeah, I placed who knows how many pumpkins I placed in that build, a lot. So if you watched that video, then yeah, thanks, because you watched a lot of pumpkins getting put down. So yeah, this was a bit more minimalist, a bit less heavy on the decorating, and it was a bit of a nice break, to be honest. This is a bit of a shorter video today, as I say, because it's a studio apartment and I didn't do as much kind of clutter and stuff. There's not really much to show, so it is a nice short one for you today. So, yeah, but again, a bit of a break from I think the last video was over 30 minutes long, so I'm going to try and make them a bit shorter because I know that is quite a lot to sit through. So, yeah, I'm just placing down some clutter in the kitchen. Again, as I say, I didn't put down nearly as much as I normally would. I did put down this spa day, like floor lighting. I'd actually just watched a video of like a real life renovation, and they had put all this like underlighting in the kitchen, and it looked really cool. So that was the inspiration for that. And then, yeah, like a couple of sort of kitchen items, and that was it. I left it relatively plain, but I actually really like these base game cabinets. They're nice, and in the white especially, they're just modern and simple. And the bar stools are from Get Famous, which you'll know if you've watched previous videos I've just bought recently. And I think I'm going to use them in every build because they're like my dream bar stool. They're perfect. They match with everything. So apologies in advance if you see them in the next however many videos, because they are really nice. But I did branch out, like these sofas I haven't used before. I haven't used the armchair before. So I was trying to kind of use some different furniture and not have, every build be the same. But yeah, I just spent some time. I probably spent most time in the living room, and I actually really like how it came out. The apartment is quite neutral and bright and airy, but then I did do some kind of warm tones in here, which I think came out quite nice. And I restrained myself. I stopped myself from putting down plants in every corner of every room, which is a change for me. But yeah, I just put some cushions and the little footstool thing under the table. I did want a footstool for that armchair, but it wasn't happening, so I had to leave it. And then this bit actually took me quite a while, and again I kind of cut out most of the back and forward here, but I put the sort of little hat rack and the shoe rack, and then I decided I didn't really like it, and then I realised I didn't have a dresser in the bedroom, so I ended up putting a wardrobe here, which it takes up a little bit of the space, but I figured it does make the apartment more functional because then you do have a wardrobe. So yeah, as I say, you'll see it is quite bulky, but it works, I think. And then I was struggling for artwork on this wall, and I think I'm going to have to download some custom art from the gallery. So yeah, keep an eye out for that in a future build. I think I'm going to try that. It's something I've actually never done. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to try that in a future build. But yeah, that is the apartment come together pretty much. So we're about to come up on the screenshots. Thank you so much for watching, as always. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!
We just clicked like a switch. I felt that such less losing time with you. I'm sick, you were there, it disappears out of nowhere. Feeling safe, I do. When you don't like the weather, you could really borrow my sweater. I'd rather be cold as ice. If you all want, we don't care whatsoever. Yesterday was so much better. I'd rather be cold as ice. If you all want, we see to see everything how it should be. Staring at empty glasses, leaving it all behind. Stupid kids, so blind, afraid to do it your turn. When you don't like the weather, you could really borrow my sweater. I'd rather be cold as ice. If you all want, we don't care whatsoever.